What's up, everybody? This is Joe Steele, Crypto in the House. Today is Tuesday. It's September 27th. A lot of big stories today. Talk about FTX. We're going to talk about Celsius. We're going to talk about Nexo. We're going to move into some real estate, give you an update on where the market is, and hopefully that will set you for the day so you don't have to go look for all these stories yourself. So we're going to start with the first crypto story, which is, of course, FTX. Voyager is now being acquired by them. They beat out Binance, which seem to be the two biggest front runners in the race anyway to acquire the Voyager assets. So since this is the Voyager statement sent out this morning, I'm going to show you here and then a couple of the frequently asked questions that they put on the next slide. But for, right now, they've been selected FTX as the best bid. They had a lower bid before, but now they're saying, okay, they came back a little higher and Voyager is ready to play ball. It's a culmination of several months of negotiations and discussions with numerous market participants and a highly competitive multi-week auction process. So what happens to your money if you have money on Voyager like myself? What do? Okay, next steps. There's 2 approvals for the bids to be finalized, this FTX bid. Next month, the asset purchase agreement memorializes the terms of the bid will be presented to a court for approval. Following that approval, the bid subject to a vote by you and other customers like me, and then they'll provide guidance about how to vote in the next couple of weeks. When will they know how much value will be returned to me? FTX and Voyager will provide information about that return ASAP. And again, this is FTX US for what it's worth. So we will see where this goes, but obviously I think that's the biggest story of the day right now. Not bad if you're looking for Voyager to continue on, obviously to get your money back. But if you are into Voyager as a platform, you might be happy that Sam Bankman-Fried is going to be the one spearheading that. Next story, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay, this jumped 6% as the market reclaimed $1 trillion. We were trading below 19 up on Monday. We're actually kind of right back around 19 something right now, but it did hit this 20,199 10-day high basically in the past 24 hours, as well as Ethereum that hit 6.4% jump to 1382. But again, both are back down as I'm recording this stream, but they did have a nice jump to reclaim that $1 trillion mark for what it's worth. Nexo. Okay, they're being sued again. More than a half a dozen U.S. securities regulators file actions against them. And I'll show the states down here: California, New York, Washington, Kentucky, Vermont, South Carolina, and Maryland. So basically, the enforcement actions from the multiple state securities regulators detail their EIP, the earned interest product, that may be in violation of securities laws. Subsequently, they acquired stake, Nexo, in a U.S. chartered bank. Okay, they're saying that they took stake in a company that is an owner of Summit National Bank to expand its financial product offerings in the U.S. So basically, it acquired a stake in this Hewlett Bancorp, a holding company, okay, which is federally owns the Summit National Bank, regulated by the Officer of the Comptroller of the Currency, okay, comptroller. The terms were not revealed, but it gives them the ability to open, your bank accounts. Their customers can open bank accounts with Summit. U.S.-based retail institutional clients of Nexo will also have access to asset bank loans, card products, and escrow and custodial services offered through Summit. So if you're a Nexo fan, again, you might be happy not about the lawsuits, but maybe about this announcement with the stake in the bank and opening up to some new services you can take advantage of. Next, Strike. Full disclosure, I use Strike. That's how I DCA. They've raised $80 million in a Series B round, okay, for revolutionizing payments for merchants and consumers globally. Okay, we all know how they were one of the first into this whole game of the Lightning payments. They called it a disruptive force for global instantaneous payments at the fractional cost of legacy payment networks. So if you're a Strike fan like myself, you are excited to see them continuing to grow and hopefully opening their services up to more people outside of the countries that they're, helping with payments right now. You want to see that on a larger scale if you're a fan of theirs. The other big story today, I think, Celsius. We finally got Alex Mashinsky not that we got him to step down, but he finally came out with a kind of a broad, hey, I'm out of here. He submitted his letter of resignation. Basically, quote, I elect to resign my post as CEO today. Nevertheless, I will continue to maintain my focus on working to help the community unite behind a plan that will provide the best outcome for all creditors, which it has been doing since the company filed for bankruptcy, end quote. Basically, he says more Celsians can stay united and help the UCC with the best recovery plan. He's going to continue to work with the company, blah, blah, blah. But he's now not the CEO. We saw Jesse Powell from Kraken step down, completely unrelated because there's nothing wrong at Kraken, but with Celsius, obviously there's a lot going wrong in chapter 11 and so on. So maybe they think having a different CEO face of the company might help people feel. I know they have those IOU tokens they were floating for a while. Just a lot of wacky stuff. If you want me to be honest. We'll see where this goes. I don't know what is going to happen to Celsius, but who knows? Maybe Sam Bankman-Fried will buy him. I don't know. We'll see. Now, we're seeing the U.S. dollar continue to rise. We're seeing other currencies, specifically the UK pound, is, quote, crumbling. But a third of UK citizens now own some form of cryptocurrency, with Bitcoin being the most popular choice. Okay, this is being Bitcoin survey here. They published this story. Those who understand crypto in the UK tend to value it, while those who don't understand risk being left behind, right? Like most of us believe. The UK government is also a big fan, they say. We'll see where this goes with their new prime minister. But they're saying its economic policies seem tailor-made to crush fiat. So obviously people don't want the US dollar to be the global reserve as much as we think they do here in the States. But we'll see if a third of these citizens own it and a third of them push for more, payments methods that they can utilize this currency. And so we'll see. It's, if you're in the UK, it's obviously exciting. If you're a crypto fan, where this goes. Subsequently, again, the U.S. stocks jump as the British pound shows sign of stabilizing, and as Treasury yields ease. The U.S. stocks jumped on Tuesday. They're saying to end a 5-day losing streak. The British pound and the U.S. Treasury showed sign of stabilizing, potentially helping these risk assets. And Fed President Charles Evans said he's getting a little nervous about the speed of recent rate hikes, like we all are, right? Moving on to real estate, Sunbelt's getting hammered here. This is where we're seeing people backing out of deals the most. They're showing the cities of, this is according to Redfin, Phoenix, Tampa, and Vegas. Scores of house hunters during the pandemic, driving up the prices, which Bloomberg has an article that essentially is saying 60% of all of the housing frenzy was due to people looking to work remotely from home, right? But now they're saying the housing markets, these three are the most fastest cooling in the nation, which gives buyers the flexibility to kind of like cancel, right? So these backing out, they're canceling, they're in escrow. They're saying, hey, we made an offer, we got accepted. Maybe you were only one offer, one of two offers, who knows? You got accepted. And then you started to realize, maybe you didn't lock your rate, okay? And you're seeing these rates go up and up and up and up each day. And you're like, oh, you know what? I'm out. You're canceling. You're backing out. That's happening much, much more in these three cities. Phoenix, Tampa, Vegas, right? 64,000 home purchase agreements fell through in August, which is 15% of homes that went under contract. So these homes had an accepted offer, but 15% of them had buyers that backed out, up 12% from a year earlier. Okay. That's about 15% for the past 3 months, which is not good. And again, before the pandemic, it's about 12, but a 3% jump in that does not help things with this whole recession we're in. Here's a chart so you can kind of see from February 2017 through August of this year, where's those peaks and valleys of monthly pending sales that fell out of contract as a percentage of overall pending home sales, right? Okay, so not great news if you're in the Sun Belt, but not great news anywhere if you're trying to buy, unless you're, you get it. Hey, these rates we're guessing are all going to go down. Maybe you don't have as much of a, you're a little more of a gambler right now, or maybe a real estate bull, and you'll say, hey, you know what? These rates will go down. I'm not worried. I'll take an ARM, whatever. I'll refi later if I take a 6%. No big deal, right? Who knows? Trust your financial advisor, not me. Here's that Bloomberg study. So they're basically saying the shift from home drove more than half of that increase, 60% of the house and the rent prices to go up. Okay. This is from the Federal Reserve Bank in San Francisco. These houses that went up 24% in 2 years ended 2021, right? That's where they're taking their benchmark. 60% of these is attributable to the rise in work from home, the trend that with 30% of work still being done from home as of last month, right? So that's clearly driven the inflation and the high prices. S&P, they're saying that, the S&P CaseShiller index continued its deceleration in July. Again, you're going to see the cities where they felt, or they can show the data where things kind of cooled off the most. Okay, this is a leading measure of U.S. home prices. Tampa's another, again, right? Miami, Dallas reported the highest year-over-year gains among the 20 cities in July. Tampa led the way with almost 32% year-over-year price increase, followed by Miami with almost 32%. Right behind it in Dallas with almost 25%. All 20 cities reported lower price increases in the year ending July 2022 versus June 2022 for the year end. So those are the stories today that I think are the most important for you. I do crypto, I do real estate, I do the most important stories so you don't have to dig for them later. Like this video if you find value. Subscribe to this channel if you think this is worth, checking out more. I do these streams every day. I'm on all these major platforms. If you want to follow me there, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think. And if you have any stories you want me to talk about or break down, I would love to. So have a great rest of your Tuesday, and I'll